Oh, hey there. G here. This is a video for write the equation of a line number 3. All right, so when we're writing the equation of a line again, we've talked about this in parts 1 and 2. We always want to try to get in slope-intercept form if we can. Okay, we talked about using point slope formula to help us with this. We've talked about using HK formula. We've talked about just what happens when we're given a slope in the y-intercept. Okay, so the last different type of scenario that you guys may see is when you're given just 2 points of a line. So you're not given a slope and you're not given the y-intercept. Okay, because this point slope-intercept form asks for slope and it asks for the y-intercept. Okay, so if we're not given these two pieces of information and we're only given just 2 points, how do we do it? So let's look at this. So here's what I mean by that. Write the equation of a line that passes through the points, that passes through the points 7, 2 and 2, 12. Okay, so I'm just given 2 points of a line. Again, I could sketch my graph here. 7, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2. So there's the first point. 2, 12. 1, 2, and then I've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So here's my graph right here. I don't know where that line came from. Ignore this. Okay, so there's a quick sketch of that graph. Okay, that's what this line looks like. It goes through these 2 points. There's a line that goes through those 2 points. Do I have any idea what my y-intercept is? No. Do I know what my slope is? No. So I don't know what the equation of that line is. Okay, so we can graph that really easily, but can we write the equation of it? And the way we do that, if I want to write the equation of a line that goes through these 2 points, is the first thing I need to do is I need to find the slope. That's step 1. So if we go back to the slope video, which is a long time ago, it's y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, or just my change in y and my change in x. Okay, so how do I find the slope of these two lines? Well, I dedicate a point 1 and a point 2. So I can call this my second point right here. So here's my y2 and here's my x2. I'm just plugging those in for these two values, 12 and 2. Okay, and I'm subtracting my other point. So I'm subtracting y1, which is 2, and I'm subtracting x1, which is 7. Okay, 12 minus 2 is 10. 2 minus 7 is negative 5. See if I can simplify this fraction, and I can, to negative 2. So I just figured out what my slope is. Okay, so I have a slope of negative 2. So I'm going to put over here m equals negative 2. Now, from here, what I want to do is I want to use point slope formula because now I'm given a slope. I'm given 2 different points to choose from. So I've got a point. I have my slope. So I can use point slope formula. I can choose either one of these points and plug it in for y1 and x1, and it should work. As long as I have my slope in here, I should get the same y-intercept. Okay, and then I convert to slope-intercept form. So let me go ahead and erase this so we have some room here. Okay. So I've got my slope, so now I can use my point slope formula. Y minus my y1. So I can choose any one of these points. It does not matter if I choose this point or this point. It's actually, let's show how we do it with both. If I did y minus, so I'm using a point from y1 here, equals, right now I'm just using this point right now, 7, 2. Here's my point, 7, 2. Equals my slope, negative 2 times x minus my x1 is 7. Okay, now I would simplify this from here by using distributive property. Negative 2 times x is negative 2x. Negative 2 times negative 7 is positive 14 equals y minus 2. And then last thing I would do is I would just add 2 to both sides. And I'm going to get y equals negative 2x. Sorry, that's a negative sign. And I added 2 here, plus 16. Okay, so that's if I use this point. Here's the equation of my line, slope of negative 2, y-intercept of 16. Now I'm going to use a different color here, and I'm going to show you how we get the same answer even if we use the other point, and we plug that into point slope formula. So if I have y minus my y1, this is us using the second point, so I'm showing you that it doesn't matter which point you choose. My y1 is 12, equals negative 2 my slope times x minus my x1, which is 2. Okay, so now I use my distributive property. I get y minus 12 still equals negative 2x. Negative 2 times negative 2 is positive 4. Add 12 to both sides. I get the same thing. Y equals negative 2x plus 16. Okay, so it doesn't matter which point you use, you get the same equation of y equals negative 2x plus 16. All right, so here's another one. Again, if you want to give it a shot on your own, go ahead and pause the video and then try it out, okay? Find the slope and then plug it into point slope formula. Okay, so real quick though, I think we're ready for a nice little math joke. What did the calculator say to the math student who was having a hard time? Don't worry, you can count on me. It's good. It's too good. You got to laugh. Okay, here we go. So I want to write the equation of a line that passes through the points 6, negative 2, and 12, 1. So first I need to figure out what is my slope. Okay, so I need to find my slope by using my slope formula. 1, y2 minus y1. So I'm subtracting my y's over. Notice how I got to use this now as my x2 minus my x1. Double negative becomes a positive. So I get 1 plus 2 is 3. 12 minus 6 is 6. 3 over 6 is reduced to 1/2. There's my slope. So I've got my slope, and I've got 2 points here. Okay, so now I get to choose whichever one of these points I want, whichever one looks like it has the easiest numbers to work with. Initially, I might think maybe 12, 1, and that's just because of the fact that it doesn't have any negatives. Okay, so I can use that point, but it doesn't matter which point you choose. But if I want to use my point slope formula, y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Okay, so y minus whatever my y1 is, I'm going to use this one right here. So y minus 1 equals my slope times x minus x1. So here's my slope, my point 1, 2, right? 1, 12, 1 right here, 12 and 1. Distributed property, y minus 1 equals 1/2 x, and then 1/2 times negative 12 is just half of negative 12 would be negative 6. Add 1 to both sides to finish the job, and I get 1/2 x minus 5. And I'm done. There's my equation with my y-intercept and with my slope. So that's it, folks. Find the slope first, and then use point slope formula. Pick any point you want, and you're good to go. Hope this video helped. Let me know if you have any questions. Take care.